I would like to tell you why I will never, ever, ever, ever vote Democrat ever, ever again. Did I say ever? Okay, just want to make sure. In the past, I've always been independent. I just preferred to vote for whichever candidate I thought, seemed like the best bet to help the country. But I did vote for Obama. Proudly, proudly voted for Barack Obama the first time, reluctantly voted for him the second time. Uh, but I proudly voted for Barack Obama. That man is a great speech maker, and he fooled me real good. He made some great speeches, very patriotic sounding. Really, the man is eloquent. He makes great speeches. But let this be a lesson to us all. Eloquence does not equal good president. You can be a smooth talker and evil as hell with a sinister agenda, pulling the wool over everyone's eyes with very subtle innuendo, mastering the English language, planting seeds of hate and divisiveness in people's heads with very slick language. And that's what Barack Obama did. Anyway, I voted for Barack Obama proudly the first time, as millions of white people did, thinking, number one, he's a good man. Number two, this is a healing process. Yippee! We are really uh, breaking through a barrier here that is going to heal this nation, man. We're going to get along and America's going to unite. Well, wasn't that a foolish thought to have? Because what ended up happening was millions of people like me voted for Barack Obama, and then we got called racist for 8 years. And I am sick of being called Nazis and racists and bigots and fascists and white supremacists and you name it. I mean, I have never seen such disparaging remarks. Now, Barack Obama did not use strong language like that. He just used very subtle innuendo, like, well, uh, the police need uh, racial sensitivity training. He would use language like that to keep fomenting this narrative that white people are all just a bunch of racists and we hate blacks and all we want to do is just get them back on the plantation. And that is the biggest load of, pardon my language, shit I've ever heard. I'll guarantee you 100%, 99% of white people do not give a damn what color your skin is. All we care about is what's up in your head, your attitude, your behavior. And I hate to tell you this, but skin color, for the most part, are not getting black people killed. It's behavior, running your mouth and escalating a situation with the police, fighting the police, mouthing off to the police. Anyway, that's another subject. Bottom line is this. Obama did many things to harm this country. First of all, I can tell you right now, mandatory enrollment, which he said he would not do during his campaign, but mandatory enrollment into this Obamacare, mandatory enrollment equals confiscation of property. When the government says something is mandatory, that means pay up or else. And or else means we're going to come take your shit. And if you don't have anything to take, we're going to take you. Believe me, you don't pay that IRS bill, you're going to jail. People could have gone to jail if this was left to its own devices. If we continue with mandatory enrollment, if you don't pay up, they're either going to take your stuff or you're going to jail for not buying health insurance. Okay? Keep the healthcare system voluntary somehow. I think we can do good. That's another topic. Okay, President Trump. President Trump came along. He was the man from day one. I proudly voted for Trump, enthusiastically voted for Trump, and I was on board with Trump from the moment I heard his first speech because the man is full of candor. He speaks truth, even if it's taboo that Washington doesn't want anyone to hear. He speaks, I know he's not eloquent, but he speaks blue collar working man language. That's what he speaks. And he speaks with common sense. He's a problem solver. He's not just a talker, he's a doer. Washington has been talking about securing that border for 40 years. Washington has been talking about the war on drugs for 40 years. Washington has been talking, talking about everything for decades, and they do nothing. The reason why, I'll take the border for instance. Every president from Bill Clinton on has talked about securing that border, the illegals. We got to stop illegal immigration. You got to come in legally. Obama, Clinton, Bush's, Schumer, they've all talked about it. But the secret is this: they never actually wanted to do anything about it. They just talk bullshit to keep the sheeple strung along. They keep stringing people along with talk. Trump came in, and this is why they hate Trump. I'm telling you right now, this is why the globalist New World Order people in the world, and there are a lot of them in high places, why they hate Trump, why they're attacking Trump, and why they want him out of office. They're trying every dirty trick in the book to get him out of office. They are disparaging him, maligning him, falsely accusing him. The mainstream media is a bunch of propagandists. They're in on it. Believe me, this is globalism versus nationalism. And it's not white nationalism, it's nationalism, okay? This is not white supremacy. This is not Nazis. It's not KKK. It's American nationalism. Every one of us together. This is a uniting message President Trump has. He cares about all Americans. He cares about all Americans. And he's a man who likes to get things done. He's a hotel builder, construction worker. I'm telling you, when you're in that business, you don't sit around and debate for 6 months if you want the door over there or if you want the door over there. You sit around the table and you go, look, you make up your mind right here and right now. Where do you want the door? Over there, over there. We'll go over there. Okay, get it done. That's the way a construction worker thinks. Washington loves to debate. That's what they're for. They're professional debaters, professional arguers. That's what they do. They're not thinking about getting things done. They feel like they're doing their job if they just debate it for 40 years. If they argue it for 40 years, that's what they do. Debate and argue. It's like if your house is on fire and the firemen show up and they're all out there in front going, Well, should we use the red hose or should we use the blue hose? Well, I want to use the blue hose because it's really, I like it better. It's a little lighter. No, I want to use the red hose. We're not going to use the blue. And they're out there arguing about whether to use the blue hose or the red hose to put out the damn fire. Meanwhile, your house is burning down. That's exactly what Washington does. That is what Washington does. And they always wait until it's too late and a problem becomes a catastrophe. And then Washington always overreacts. And they hate Donald Trump's candor because he's called them on the carpet. He's kicked them in the butt. And he's told them, no, you get this done. Get something done. What are you going home for? Let's get this done. And let me clear a few things up about Donald Trump. I'm going to clear up three lies that started all this Donald Trump hate. Number one, Donald Trump called all Mexicans rapists. That's a lie. Donald Trump never, ever, ever called all Mexicans rapists, and that's absurd to even think that. Donald Trump said, quote, Mexico is sending us their rapists. And he said that right after a story broke about the female illegal immigrants were getting raped by the male illegal immigrants on the way here. He said that it was just 2-3 weeks after that story broke. I saw it on the news. And that was still fresh in his mind. That's why he said that. He said, Mexico is sending us their rapists. No one on earth thinks all Mexicans are rapists. No one thinks that. And to try to pin that on Trump is absurd. Number two, Trump insulted a Gold Star family, that mean, bigoted bastard. Well, no one ever mentions that Gold Star family, the Khans, insulted Trump first on a national stage, the Democrat convention. The Khans got on the stage in front of millions of people, that Mr. Khan, and ripped Trump a new you know what on a national stage. Trump responded. But what does everybody do? Trump's the bully. Okay? You got to catch this stuff. The Khans insulted Trump first, politically, on a political stage. So cut out all this Gold Star family business. They started it. He fought back. Period. End of story. The third one, Trump, the NBC tapes, where Trump was heard saying he would grab a woman's vagina. Okay, I'm not going to say the other word, but I could, but I ain't going to. Trump said he would grab a woman's vagina. Oh, what a groper. And, hey, to me, yeah, you're right. That's tacky. But here's the part they left out. Trump said, and they just let you do it. That's the part no one heard or remembers. Trump said, and they just let you do it. That's consensual. And let me tell you, folks, the world of mega billionaires is different than us little peons who just work for a living. Okay, I can't just run around and grab women by the vagina, but I'll guarantee you a mega billionaire can. A mega billionaire can huddle up with a bunch of Miss Universes and they all come, hey, Mr. Trump, let me rub these on you a little bit. Good looking women are attracted to money. That's a fact, folks. I mean, not all. I'm making a generalized statement, but you know, we all know there are tons of gorgeous women out there who are just attracted to money. Come on. Mega billionaires, women rub their chest on. Oh, hello. Oh, you're such a naughty boy. Oh, you know that happens. Come on. Let's not be naive. So, anyway, I voted for Trump, proudly voted for him. He's one of the greatest presidents I've seen in 50 years. He reminds me a bit of JFK or Teddy Roosevelt. Teddy Roosevelt was a very cocky man, and he was in your face, and he told them like it was. Whereas JFK, he would say things that you're not supposed to say. Unfortunately, I think that's what got him killed. So I would send a word of caution to Mr. Trump. Watch your back. Watch your six, man. But anyway, folks, really, truly, the Democrats have lost their minds. They really have. Life is a cartoon to them. Hollywood lives in a cartoon bubble. They don't live reality. All they do is make believe for a job and then party. Party, party, go do make believe, make $1 million, then go party, party, party. Lay on the yachts. Look at all this Kardashian stuff. All they do is run around in bikinis on yachts, drinking champagne. They're not into reality like the rest of us are. Vote for Trump. Vote for Trump supporters. Vote Republican. Stick with the Trump train. It's common sense. Problem solving. It's good for America. It really is. Don't let the Democrats scare you. Don't let CNN scare you with propaganda. They're full of it. They're propagandists. They're not the free press. They're propagandists. I know I got a little worked up here, but I was trying to get all this stuff crammed in here and make this video as short as possible. Anyway, I will never, ever, ever, ever. I didn't walk away. I ran away. I voted for Obama. I proudly voted for him. And then that SOB called me a racist for 8 years. Screw you. Screw you, Democrats. You're all loonies. You've lost your minds. You're turning the world upside down. You live in bizarro world. Everything's a cartoon. Well, look at all the everything's always so colorful, you know, big vagina suits and rainbows, and they dress like clowns. They have red hair. They look like clowns. Life's a cartoon. They're adolescent. They haven't grown up. They're not mature. They act like spoiled brat kids. Look at De Niro foaming at the mouth. They're all kids. They haven't grown up. They're not adults. They're mentally adolescent children still stuck in the third grade. Well, meet me after school. I'll beat you up. They're nuts. They've lost their ever-loving minds. And I'll be honest with you, I'm not too crazy about any politicians. You know, there's a lot of Republicans. They're globalists too. They're a bunch of Brutuses trying to stab Trump in the back. But the Trump train keeps rolling. Donald Trump keeps on trucking, as the old 1960s little cartoon said. Keep on trucking. President Trump, he just keeps trucking and trucking and trucking, and he's just mowing them all down in his path. They attack him, attack him, attack him, attack him, but he just keeps focused on his results. And yes, I know he's not eloquent. He's got a bit of a potty mouth and a bit tacky. I get it. He's not the most eloquent, but I know in his heart, I know he wants to do the right thing for America. So thank you, everybody, and I hope America can unite under prosperity, common sense, and true equality, which means equal rights and equal responsibilities. You know, behavior matters.